Hi everyone, in this lesson we are going to learn a bit more about the function in Python. Previous lesson we have learned about the function, that how we are going to use function and how easily we can just embed all our coding in function, and after that we are going to call a function whenever we are going to need. If you have not just watched that video, just go back and just listen that video, because we are going to work a little bit more in Python function in this video. And if you don't know about the function, then you should move on the previous video to learn the basic. Okay, now in this lesson we are going to make a BMI, body mass index, which is a calculator which give you information about your, like, if your body is in shape or if you are in overweight or underweight. We are going to make and give you a little bit more information how you are going to use Python while you are like dealing in the calculation. Now for example, I will make a function and I will call it power. Okay, and it is like we are powering a number. Therefore we are going to say that a number. Okay, and we are just going to call result. We are assigning a variable and number, and since for power we are going to use double static sign, and then I'm going to use 2. And now once I'm going to call power function, then I have to write a number. For example, I will write 4, and when I'm going to, like, I have to also take that function into print, that you can get the clear idea that what I am going to do. And you are like looking that I have a result with none value, which is a bit like annoying. That why? Because we have already done everything correctly, but again we are getting a result with none. But remember that when you are going to define a function and you are going to make a calculation in the function, then you have to also return the value. For example, I'm going to return the result, and now you can see now the error also has just ended, and we have returned the result. Now the power of 4, which should be like 16 in result, and you are getting like correctly. And if you are going to like write power of 3, and it should be 9, and you are like getting your complete code. Okay, how about if we are going to increase the power, for example, from 2 to 3, and we know that the power of 3 on 2 is like 8. And how about if we are going to give a freedom to the user that they can enter themselves the power and also like the number, then we are going to add one more value in the function, like number and power, or PWR we are going to write. Okay, then we are going to make that also like the value which we have entered in the function. Therefore we are going to call, and now we have a freedom. Once I'm going to call the power, and then you can write both number and power. For example, the number is 3 and power is 2, and now we are going to get like 9, and it is the value. And if I'm going to like write the power of 3 and power of the number 3, power of 3, and you like get 27. And therefore the main like idea here in defining a function and returning the value, that is like you have to write return. And most of the programming language, like if you are using like Dart, Java or JavaScript, and C or C#, you can see the function which has the value which you should return. Okay, now that is how you are going to simply work on the function while you are going to calculate and want to get a result from that calculation. That you have to call a return value. Now let me just give you another idea, and we are just going to write a BMI like calculator we are going to make in Python. Okay, and for that I will call like def health and call. It means health calculator, and here I'm going to give 2 value. and one is like for weight and one is for height. Okay, and I will just make one simple calculation, for example result, and then for result we have one simple formula for BMI, and it is like body mass index, and you can see that we have mass which is in kg and height is in meter, and we have different values like if it is BMI lower than like 18.5 suggests the person is underweight, and if the number from like in between 25 to 30, it indicates the person is overweight, and it means that in between like 18.5 to 25, the person is like okay, you have a very nice and good health or body weight. Okay, we are going to make something like that one, but first you have to remember we are going to use that formula, which is mass hour or divided by height square. Okay, therefore we are going to use height, okay, weight, and since we have like weight, okay, or mass, okay, since kg we are using in physical world, we don't use weight, we are going to use like mass. Okay, let's change that to m, mass. Okay, result is equal to mass and divided by height and square. It means height square multiplying by 2 times the number which we get in height. Okay, that is simple result. And now what we are going to do, we are just going to give some like value to that result, and we have to also like return the value of result, and therefore once I'm going to call the function like health, okay, and mass. For example, I'm right now nowadays I'm 70, and for height I'm going to also use a simple method. If you have centimeter, if you know your weight is in centimeter, in meter, in inches, in feet, whatsoever, you can just directly convert that in Google, and you can also make a functionality in Python as well that can automatically convert. But for the simplicity I will just make like I'm 6 feet. Okay, therefore I'm going to change that feet to like we have meter. Okay, and since we have here like using meter, therefore I have to convert my feet, since I know that I'm 6 feet but I don't know how much I'm in meter, then therefore I'm going to get like it is 1.82 or it is 1.8. okay, now what I'm going to do, I will write 1.8 and we are going to also call that in print and print. Okay, now let's see, I'm 24. Okay, now the 24 should be what should be if mass 70 and height is like 1.8 and I'm 24, and according to that calculation which we have right now in body mass ratio, I am like underweight. Okay, I should be like 25 to 30, and I'm missing like I'm missing like 0.7 to be a perfect body shape, but that is how I'm right now. Okay, maybe I'm 72 right now, and let's check. Okay, it is close to perfect body, but that is how you are going to understand the concept. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I make some functionality that if we have like underweight and overweight, there should be a concept here, and we have to just make that by conditional statement in Python. For example, I will write if result. Okay, how about if we are going to minimize the result as well, but right now let me just write that result. If result is like less than 18.5, okay, since we have like 18.5, I believe that. Okay, it is like 18.5, then suggest the person is underweight, okay, lower than 18.5. We are saying that, okay, if the result is lower than or less than 18.5, then what should be the result? You are underweight, okay, you are underweight. Or you can write something else as well, eat as much as possible to gain more weight, and you can write that one. But for simplicity, I'm also just giving you the idea that how you are going to do. Okay, how about if we have like different condition as well, like if it is more than 18.5, then what should be the result? Okay, and I will just give that else if result should be greater than, and since we are going to also include that 18.5, okay, or I will also write greater and equal to, since we are including 18.5 as well in the result, and is equal to 18.5. And also we are going to add one more functionality, because we know that after like 25 the person will be our weight, but lower than 25, less than 25, the result should be like they are like, nor they have a very perfect body shape. Okay, like you have perfect body weight. I'm just giving the condition that if it is like from 18.5 to 15, 25, in between that result, if we are getting the value, then the result should be like you have a perfect body shape. Okay, and I think right now I have 24, and let me just check out. A number 25 up to 30 may indicate the person is overweight. Okay, now it means that I'm like have a perfect body shape. And now if it is like else if result, and result is like greater than or equal to 25, then it should be like print you are overweight. Okay, you are overweight. Okay, else we are going to write that if a person is like less than, we should also make a condition that less than, and like maybe and result should be, here we are also going to give condition and make that like greater than, like if I'm giving the adult should be greater than maybe 10, then we are going to, if it is not that condition, not that condition, and even not this condition, then what should be the result? We are going to say that you have invalid weight, mass, or weight or height. It means that someone is writing some invalid weight and height. Okay, now let me just run that program, and you are looking that you are okay, perfect body weight. You have perfect body weight. Okay, you are underweight, you have perfect body shape, you are overweight, and you have invalid mass or height. Okay, now you have perfect body shape. If I'm going to write like, I'm going to say that maybe I have like 55 kg, and I'm like 6 feet tall, and like I'm a thin, a very lightweight, then it is saying that you have perfect body weight, which is like 19. Okay, now it should be like conditioning that one, giving the idea that now if I'm going to go and lower than that one, then you are like underweight. And if I'm going to give like 150 kg, what should be? You are overweight. Now we are giving a condition. If we have like perfect body shape, if I'm in 70, and I have like 6 feet, then I have a perfect body shape. It means I have not worry about my weight. I have to do whatsoever I'm doing, and I have to eat whatsoever I'm eating, and that is what I have to just maintain my body shape, okay, or body weight. Now that is how you are going to call your complete function. How about if we are going to just not give that condition return result? It means that we are giving everything but not returning the function. Then you will get like you have perfect body shape. Now Python is calculating and getting the result, but it is not displaying here. It is giving the idea or printing that you have perfect body shape. If I'm going to like write 45, now you can see you are under like, okay, underweight. I have written that understand weight, okay, you have underweight, you are underweight, okay. Now if I'm going to run that program, you can see that you are underweight and the value is none. It means Python itself is like taking the value and it is manipulating in the program, but not returning that value to the compiler in the Python, which you have to just give that by return the result, okay. Now once you are going to write, then you will get the value as well, that yeah, you have like the result is 15.62 or 15.6 and you are underweight. You have to work on your weight, you have to eat more, you have to eat healthy, and you have to gain a weight for your daily work or daily progress, okay. Now that is how we are going to return the value, okay. If we are like going to give a freedom to the user that they have to enter in the compiler the value but not in backend, then we can do one thing, okay. We are going to call like mass and we are going to input the value and we are going to say that write your weight, okay. And then we are going to also call height and input that value, and we are going to call it write your height like in meter, okay. We are indicating that yes, you have to write in meter. Now everything else is completely fine. If I'm going to like run the program, you will get write your height. If I'm going to, for example, write 1 and also 2, and now you are getting a complete error, and that error is like error type. Error type means that we are using like power, and you can also like POW for the power to call the function, and that is like string, and you are like multiplying the string, which is not possible in any case in programming. Therefore it is giving error type. Now what I have to do, I have to make that like integer, that whatsoever I'm writing here, it is integer, and you know that we are going to convert the string to the integer by writing like int. And now once I'm going to write and run the program, for example 1 and 1, and you have invalid mass or height, okay. Now why? Because I'm writing wrong. Now if I'm going to, for example, write something, let me run once again, okay, like 45 and my height is 6 and 1.8, okay, and I'm getting like the error once again, and value error invalid like literal for int with a base like 10, and we have like 1.8. It means we are like entering one more data types, which is like float, and we are calling that integer. If I'm going to just round off that, for example my weight is 70 and my height is 2, then now you are going to get you are underweight like 17.5, okay. It means I'm like changing the value to the integer, but I'm giving you assignment that you should make that like if someone is entering like different type, for example, the point, okay, then what should you have to do, like decimal, how you are going to make that one. And one thing more, if you are going to like remove m and h in function, because you are going to give like input value here, then the program will again run smoothly. For example, I have 75 and I have 2, and you can see you have a perfect body weight. Okay, now it means you don't need any like parameter here to enter, or you are going to call, because you are going to give the freedom to the user itself to write whatever you have in your mind, or you have freedom to write whatsoever you want. Okay, I hope you got the idea that how you are going to use the function and how you are going to convert different data types, and with the help of like conditions, sentences, you are going to control your complete program. If you have again any problem, you can write that in comment box below and ask me anytime. If you have not subscribed yet my channel, just subscribe for more upcoming videos. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.